You're tuned into The Edge with Alex GJS. I thank you for joining me this evening. It's 6 o'clock on the dot here on KPR1.com. Today we have in the house with us a very special individual, a man that I've had the pleasure of working with over the years, Mr. Joseph Blackman. Say what's up to the people, man.
Hey.
Good to have you, man. Absolutely a blessing. In fact, the way that I met this man was through the church, actually, and we were both doing our individual entrepreneurial driven, goals, and we kind of just linked up. Man, the first time I saw you, you were doing photo shoots for an event for Mother Onion. You remember that?
Oh yeah. And the beautiful thing about it is that, we're two young dudes that's out there trying to get it. We could go the regular route, do the corporate route, but we know that we have to create for ourselves. I mean, you're at the event. I was at the event. We're both working. We both linked up, collab from there, and ever since it's been a beautiful thing.
Man, it's just a pleasure to have you in my extended network of positive people. Before I go any further into the show, I do want to shout out the Positive Network Group. That is the company that owns and operates this wonderful station we have here. So, big shout out to them, and thank you for the opportunity to be on the air this evening. So we have a great show lined up for you. We're going to play in some really nice music. Definitely going to get some jazz on the air. I know I had got requests for that last week and the week before that, so I want to make sure I get some of those kinds of joints off for you all. But we will be checking back with Mr. Blackman in a few minutes, so stay tuned. We have a great show planned, and if you do have any questions, comments, concerns, or if you just want to say what's up, you can definitely reach me on Twitter at AlexGJS. Again, that's AlexGJS. So send your comments, your questions, everything you got, and we will certainly read them live on the air. Right now we're jumping into World Star with Childish Gambino. Alex GJS. Tonight our guest is, of course, the one and only Joe Black.
Yep.
I love your name, by the way. I wish I had a name that cool.
I still haven't seen that movie, man. Meet Joe Black.
There's a movie called Meet Joe Black?
It's with Brad Pitt, yeah.
Wow,
I still haven't seen that. I gotta check it out one of these years.
I told somebody to listen to the show tonight, and they were like, "Who's on?" And I said, "Joe Black." And they're like, "Why are you making up names?" You know what I mean? I'm like, "Nah, for real. His name is Joe Black." But so during the break, we kind of had an epiphany over the song. Was World Star by Gambino, and of course I brought you on not only for your business that we'll get to in a moment, but of course how I met you was a photographer. You also do video work, and you kind of expanding on that. And so the whole video that Gambino put out, what's your take on that? Because I saw an interview with him.
One thing I like about Childish Gambino is that his path, his format is different from everybody else's. He had the corporate gig doing the little comedy sketches, but then he branched out and started doing rap. Mm-hmm. And the beautiful thing about it, he still has that creative side to him. Right. Like so. Out of the blue, he drops his short film, and it's dope because it's him. Yeah. He's got some dope features in there. The cameos, like how did he link up with Trinidad James? Topanga was there. Yeah, and I mean, I love the creative side of it because we all know rap, man. Rap, you got your 3 verses, you got your 2 or 3 hooks, man. You shoot your video, you blast it out there, Facebook, Twitter, and you hopefully you get a buzz. Right. But he's changing the game up. I mean, I don't know anybody that's shot and directed a short film just for promo purposes. I mean, I'm sure it's been done before, but he did it so dope to where I couldn't deny listening to his album.
I mean, and even the actual way it was written, the fact that it was like this continuous loop of how his day goes, and saying, I guess that's meant to say like I'm in my zone, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, just in the creative space,
album, right? In my creative space and all of that. And I mean, I love the undertones of how he had the phone calls with the bills, the ladies still looking for the. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, before we go any deeper into this, so you can YouTube it. I'm sure you guys are digital friendly kind of people. Check out Clapping for the Wrong Reasons. That's the name of the short film. You can find it on YouTube. It's like 25 minutes. And it's crazy, but it's cool. I don't know.
The creativity side of it, I mean, that's kind of how we met, like we talked about before. Right. We're in a space to where we can create our own futures, our own destinies. Yeah. Like we could grab an iPhone, like this iPhone in my hand right now. Right. I could shoot a movie and get it into a short film festival, and then potentially shoot a trailer for that and get into the big screen just off an iPhone. Absolutely. I mean, our generation's. I mean, this is a crazy time to where it's 2014. We don't have to have that $50 million budget for the film.
No.
We don't have to go out and hire Denzel. We don't have to hire buy the best cameras or anything like that. We could just use an iPhone, shoot a movie, get some pub, and start rolling.
And that's the funny thing, because it's almost like that's the return of the underground. Like, people will actually value your stuff even if it doesn't look all that, crystal clear, with HD cameras and stuff.
Yeah.
But if the writing is good, if the acting is believable, like you could, like you said, literally shoot, something on your iPhone and it go viral.
Oh yeah. What I like now is that film is coming back with a vengeance, because everybody has these super crispy, 15, 20 megapixel Canon DSLRs, but they're coming back with these 35 millimeter, regular film, get it developed in a darkroom type shots, and they're looking great, man. It's giving a good look to the game.
Absolutely. So, I mean, what have you been working on? As far as just projects that are keeping you busy. And I know I'm kind of shy in the business. I want to let our listeners get into the actual show before we do that, because it's 6:10.
Yeah.
Some people haven't even tuned in yet. They're late. So I want to make sure that we get that. So we'll probably get to that about like 6:15, 6:20.
Okay. Well, I'll give you a bite-sized piece of my journey, man, and it's been great, man. It's a roller coaster, man. It's ups and downs, but it's beautiful. I'm from Pittsburgh, California, born and raised. Went to Pittsburgh High School, played football, and I was blessed to have the opportunity to go to South Dakota State on a football scholarship.
Okay.
I went out to South Dakota for 5 years, and a lot of you probably don't know what South Dakota looks like, but it's nothing like Pittsburgh. I mean, it's nothing like the Bay Area. I mean, it's snow everywhere. It's cows. It's corn. It's flat, man. It's really nothing to do out there. But I learned.
How did you hang for 5 years?
Man, it takes a lot of developing of yourself. Because the untrained eye will look at South Dakota and they'll see, man, like, what do you do out there for fun, man? Like, what, how do you survive out there? It's cold, man. There's nobody that looks like you, walks like you, talks like you. But it makes you be more comfortable being yourself in an atmosphere like that. Because in the Bay Area, everybody looks like me, walks like me, talks like me. Easy to fit in, but out there you kind of like, I had the dreads back then.
Wow, yeah, dreads.
It makes you develop yourself on the inside. It made me a better person to where I can thrive in those types of environments.
Because I have one comment, and almost like a question.
Yeah.
So I was watching this interview today actually with Dave Chappelle and one of his partners, Neil Brennan. He's one of his co-writers.
Yeah.
And he made a comment that I didn't know if I agree with, but kind of.
Yeah.
He said if you grow up in an area, or if you have experience and exposure to a predominantly white culture, you are going to be more prepared for the rest of the world. You know what? How do you feel about it?
I can't really get behind that 100%, but I will tell you how it helped me out. I went to private school. I was homeschooled. My parents are pastors of the local church in Pittsburgh. And just it was great that they knew that our regular public school system wasn't going to nurture me and my brother the way that they wanted us to go, the way they wanted us to be brought up. So they knew that they had to have a more hands-on approach, and I respect that. I'll probably do my kids the same way. But me being in a private school, it kind of showed me that okay, I'm black, everybody else is white, but hey, we're all human here. We all put our pants on the same way. We all use the same toothbrush, the same toothpaste. So the playing field is still pretty level. Like I can still get out there and hustle and make more, do more, and find more than everybody else. And then it just kind of validated it when I went to South Dakota State. But I will say that things are with kids, more stuff is caught than taught, because kids kids will catch the adults doing things. Like an adult will tell a kid, you should pull your pants up because it'll help your mean income throughout the rest of your life. Okay. But a kid's not gonna hear that. The kid will have to see like, hey, so and so, he changed his life, he pulled his pants up, now he's making a whole bunch of money. The kid he has to see that. You can't teach a kid that. He doesn't care. He's playing video games, sagging his pants, wearing Jordan shorts and do-rags all day. He doesn't care. He doesn't want to hear that. Yeah. But kids like to. We watch, and when I was coming up, I would watch and see how to move and how to react to certain situations, and just being in those types of atmospheres, not in a broke household or in a broken community. I was kind of in the light where things were fine, So was I sheltered? Probably not. I hung out with the same kids and did the same stuff as everybody else, but I still knew the certain decisions that I would make that will propel me in my future.
And that's the big difference, is that you had that farther vision. Now you really had a plan, or not even a plan, but you had an end goal, which was to do something with this. So
and it also allows you to dream bigger. When growing up in Pittsburgh, you see guys riding the Benzes, riding the BMWs, right. But that's really.
But shout out to Pittsburgh, though.
Definitely. That's the home city right there, man. I always rep Pittsburgh, always. But being outside of Pittsburgh and nowadays, what I like to do in my personal development journey is talk and walk with people who have 2 or 3 times my net worth.
Wow.
Because we're the sum total of our 5 friends, right? We're the average of our 5 closest friends.
I have heard that several times.
It rings so true with me, because if I surround myself with people my age, people with my income, people with my car, people with the type of women I speak with, or people with the same things that I have, it's like bumper cars. We're all just running into the same stuff. It's like we're they put us in this pit. We're all just running into the same stuff. But when I hang out with people who are smarter than me, better than me, they make more than me. They have a better social life than me, a better life than me. It allows me to say, okay, he still puts his pants on the same way I do. Mm-hmm. He still has to brush his teeth every morning. So it allows me to.
Some of these cats on the bar train got some stank breath.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Bar is crazy. Shout out to Bart, though, man. Y'all quit striking, man. Y'all messing up the economy out here.
Absolutely. And the prices that went up, man. It's out of pocket. So I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
No, it's and I always try to tell the kids that I mentor, it's like, man, your friends aren't about anything. Get around some people who you see yourself like, in the next 10 years, next 5 years, the next 6 months. Yeah. Get around those people, because automatically you'll attract better people to you when you start attaining to that level. If you start hanging around the same kids and you're still doing the same stuff you did in high school, you'll make the same money as them. You'll talk to the same girls, you'll drive the same cars, and have the same size houses. I mean, that's not really what I signed up for.
Well, I do have a question about that, because you're mentioning the people that you surround yourself with and the outlets that you had access to and things like that. Can you speak to the fact that extracurricular activities have an impact in that? Specifically football. That's how you got your scholarship.
Yeah.
What do you see as a propelling force as a youth that you were able to latch onto and like you said, propel you to that next level? What kind of things were you involved in?
I'm a firm believer that how you do anything is how you do everything. So
whoa. Say that again.
How you do anything is how you do everything.
I love it.
Like, in a perfect example is that my room isn't the cleanest room like in America, right? Okay. It's not clean at all.
I'm guilty of that. Right.
Yeah, I'm not like a super neat dude. But and you'll look at my car, it's probably not the neatest. You'll look in my office, it's probably not the neatest office in Concord.
All right.
So I'm going to flip that and say that if a kid knows what to do to excel at swimming, football, baseball, basketball, the trumpet, water polo, his DECA class, or, table tennis, if a kid knows what to do to excel in those types of extracurricular activities, then he'll know what to do to excel, once he gets a quote-unquote big boy job, being a financial advisor, or being a mortgage broker, or being a real estate agent, or being a ticket salesman, or being a McDonald's manager.
Right.
If you can excel at playing that trumpet, like if you're at the top of your class in your city, in your county, and playing that trumpet, then you'll probably excel at being that McDonald's manager, if that's what you want to attain to.
Right.
So
right.
I'm a firm believer that, and a lot of people, man, it kind of gets under my skin that they pull their kids out of sports, out of extracurricular activities when they're not doing good at school.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me, because if a kid isn't doing good at school, I'm pretty sure that him being eligible for the football team is the only thing that's making him be eligible in school.
Wow.
If you take football away from him, the kid's going to be moping around. He's going to find drugs, probably going to get somebody pregnant. He's going to start robbing people. He's not going to know what to do.
Too much more time on his hands, right?
And he's got all that energy. He's a teen. He doesn't know what else to do. He's going to take that energy and throw it somewhere else. It's probably going to be in a negative place. So I'm a firm believer that keep the kid in sports, but man, I mean, how you do anything is how you do everything. Tell them that, you know, if you're going to be good at sports, the colleges aren't going to look at you if you're not, you know, if your academics don't match up with it.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that just got real deep real fast. I didn't even expect it to go that direction, but man, I'm glad that you said that, because it definitely sets a tone for the rest of this conversation and why I want you on the show. You know, because you are a lot like myself in that you're a young man that is trying to go for that next level, whatever that may mean to you respectively. And you know, you've done it, you know, based on your own merit, your own, you know, trustfulness, you know, your own business savvy, your own professionalism, and it's not something that was handed to you. And so I definitely am glad to have you on the show. Looks like we got another track coming up. We'll jump back to our conversation in just a moment. Let's see, we got a choice. I'll give you the pick. We can rock with Drake, The Language. We can go with Fantagram, Blackout Days. Or, let's see, Stevie Wonder, Ribbon in the Sky. You tell me.
Man, I'm going to have to go with the Drake. I like his cadence on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the way he spit that out.
I'm not mad. We're going to put that Drake on for y'all. This is Alex GJS. You can follow me on Twitter. This is The Edge on KPR1.com. Stay tuned.
So was that the music that was playing under our conversation?
Yeah. Yeah. You're listening to The Edge with Alex GJS, our host for the show. You know, 6 to 7 every Wednesday right here. Our guest for the evening, Mr. Joe Blackman. He is a videographer, photographer, business owner, entrepreneur, all-around good guy, and I have the pleasure of knowing him and working with him for what's it been, about 2 years?
About 2 years strong, man. 2 good years.
Yeah, and we just realized that we've been growing, you know, exponentially, you know, by connecting with other people, and the circle of life actually just took place here, and we realized it. So before we go any further, major shout out to my girl Sabrina Henderson. She is hosting an event for her group, Young Motivated Entrepreneurs. It's going to be this Saturday, 3 p.m. in Emeryville at the Public Market. So that's just a space for people to come out that have something that they are offering to the community as far as a business or some kind of a platform that they're promoting. And I just want to do my part to share that, because the two of them, Sabrina and Joe, they met through me, and now they've linked up, and he actually couldn't be at an event today. And of course, he was the person that put her onto it and told her how to look for it and find out. And so hopefully she's out there doing her thing and, you know, making some money for her business. Based on his referral. And I have to tell that, you know, a month ago she did the same thing for me. She was unavailable, hit me up, told me to go check out an event. I got some money, and, you know, my business grew. But then after that, those gentlemen that I did the work for came on the radio show and broadcast their business.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So we're all, you know, recycling this.
The beautiful thing about it is that your network is your net worth.
Absolutely.
I mean,
you got these sayings, man. You got some sayings.
I mean, you have to. You could go to the best school, get the best grades, you know. But if you don't know that right person, that point man at that company, you're probably not going to get on.
Right.
I mean, it hurts. It pains me to say that it's really all about who you know.
I mean,
and then. And I learned that, you know, if you take 0 and multiply it by Donald Trump, it's still 0.
Wow.
So no, seriously, because a lot of people think they could just call Mark Cuban or email him, or you know, if they can get on the you know, on the show with Donald Trump, that they're going to be instant millionaires. But they still got to bring something to the table. You can't be a 0 hanging out with the hero and think you're going to be a hero automatically. But
it takes a lot of work to be a hero.
Oh yeah, it took a lot of work. You know, in the dark hours, in the early mornings, late nights, you know, by yourself. It ain't glamorous at all, but it pays. It pays.
Man. So speaking about getting paid, during the break, I was talking to you about your business, so we're gonna jump into that. Like I said, man, right around 6:20, I want to talk about that, so everybody got a chance to do their CP thing and get online. But I want to work with you, man. I see that you are wearing one of your products today. So tell the people a little bit about your company and what they can expect from you. And also, I heard that you may or may not be working with the Bay Area Black Expo this year. So, big ups to that. And I believe that's kind of where we first got our start, was last year at the Expo, right?
Yeah,
like you did some film work and all that.
Well, for starters, I just acquired the company Instant Imprints. It's a franchise, and I'm in Concord, California. It's a brick and mortar store, 1,200 square feet. And what I do is I brand people physically. I'm the physical brand guy, meaning that if you want a shirt with your name on it, if you want a hat with your name on it, if you want business cards, a banner, a truck wrap, a truck magnet, we do all that in-house. I'm your one-stop shop for your physical brand.
Gotcha.
And the thing is that we all suffer from obscurity, meaning that people don't know who we are or what we do.
Gotcha.
If people don't, you can have the best company, you can have the best product, you have the best salesman, but if they're not in people's faces, if nobody knows your logo or can see what you do or see you at all, then you're probably not going to get any business. You're going to go under. So that's what I do, is I help people get their brand out there in the public eye. Man, you'd be surprised what a fresh polo does for your crew member when he's out there, talking to the public.
Absolutely. And so that's actually what I'm talking about, man. I have tackled a lot of things as far as my brand, but the actual physical appearance, never done it, man. I've always just kind of wore the same kind of color scheme. So every time someone sees me, I have on my company colors, but no actual logo. I have my business cards, I have flyers, but never had a shirt. So I'm certainly going to be seeing you. You know what? By the end of this interview, I might drop my
Let's do it, man.
My order in online. So where can the people check you out on the internet?
Go to instantimprints.com-221. That's my store. There's plenty of other instant imprints in the rest of America and Canada, but I'm the only one in the Bay Area right now. And we're just it's fun for me to help. When I make a couple of shirts for a guy, he's starting off small. I'm starting with his business cards. I get him a couple of shirts and a couple of hats, and then he comes back 2 months later and he's getting stuff for his whole crew. You know what that tells me? That tells me that he grew. He grew his business up. And I helped him get started with the business cards, and I got him, got him going. And it just puts a smile on my face to help people grow.
Man, to that point, actually, let me bounce this off of you, man, because I've been going through some phrases for my company slogan, and I want to share this one with you, and you tell me what you think.
Yeah.
So I'm going with, at the time, Visive Solutions.
Yep.
Empowering businesses, expanding opportunities, and changing lives.
That could work. That would be more on a letterhead than a polo, right?
No. Yeah, that's just for the back of the business card, things like that.
Yeah. It one more time, run it by me.
All right. Visive Solutions. Empowering businesses.
Yeah.
Expanding opportunities and changing lives.
Beautiful. I like it.
Thank you.
Opportunities is the biggest word in there. We
got a lot of syllables in that one.
Yeah. No, but it resonates. People want more opportunity.
Absolutely.
We got all this time and energy. There's plenty of opportunities out. It's like buses, man. They're coming every 15 minutes. We just have to be ready to grab onto it, get on the bus, and go with it.
Man, your imagery is on point. I promise you that. So, what's the funnest project, or the best project that you've had to work on so far? I heard you mention car wraps and stuff like that. So, what's been the most fun?
I would. There's a new restaurant that they bought the building. Well, they didn't buy they rented a space and they renovated it, and they're putting in a restaurant. And so what I did for them was I made the letter boxes. Like if you look at a Walmart, the big WALMART, like the big blue box things on the side of the building that you can see from the freeway.
Right.
Yeah, we made those for them.
Okay.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. Like in my office, like it's not that much. It's not that big of a space. It's only 1,200 square feet, but we got these huge boxes in our lobby, man. It's And I drive past that place every night when I go home, and it puts a smile on my face because I get to see my work, lit up super bright, on a main thoroughfare in Concord.
Now, how did they find you? Was it through someone you knew? They just came on the website?
Our searchability is really strong. Like if you're in Concord, Pleasant Hill, Walnut Creek, and you type in custom T-shirts, we're gonna pop up at the top of the Google
nice.
at the list. So people find us, and then really it's our job to just hook them over the phone.
Gotcha.
We get calls all day, we get emails, and it's our job to just hook them. You gotta show that smile through the phone. People can tell when you're smiling and when you're not smiling when they're talking to you on the phone. They don't have to see you. but they can tell if you're smiling or not. They can tell if you had a rough night with your husband or wife. They can tell if your kids are running rampant, they're failing in school. They can tell if you just, if you had a hard job, the night before. So you got to shake all that. You got to shake it. You got to move forward. And every new customer, that's a new opportunity to blow. Absolutely. In life, I always like to tell people, all we have to do is win is once. We just have to win once. Just think about it. Okay, so say if I fail at this business, right? Boom, it goes under. Okay, I failed, whatever. I didn't die, right? So I start something else up, it fails. But think about it, that third opportunity, and I hit it big, become a mogul? A multi-millionaire, mogul, but whatever you want to label it, I still won once. All it takes is to win once. Wow. I mean, we're gonna fail. We're gonna fail.
Absolutely.
And it's all about.
I have failed.
Yeah. And I'm glad you're smiling about it, because that means you're closer to your success. In sales, every no gets you closer to your yes. So when I'm knocking on doors or I'm cold calling people, when they hang up the phone on me, I'm smiling because I know that I'm closer to that next yes. I'm closer to that next $4,000 or $5,000 order that can put me over the top.
Right.
So and people don't like to try because they know they're gonna fail. I'm kind of opposite of that. I like to try super really hard. So if I fail, I got it behind me. Like, boom, I already failed. Let's go. Where's the next opportunity?
Wow.
They say if you're lost, go as fast as you can. If you're
not sure, like in any direction.
Yeah, because if you don't know where you're going, if you don't know where you're going, go as fast as you can, because then you'll know where not to go. Like if you're in your car, you're in your car, you got your GPS and your GPS goes out, keep driving. Go faster, because you'll know quicker that you're going the wrong direction. So just hit pedal to the metal, just go as fast as you can wherever you're going, because you'll know quicker that you're going in the wrong direction. Don't take your time, because if you're taking your time, you're going to be going in the wrong direction for longer. Just get on that gas pedal, start going. If you'll find out that you're going in the wrong direction.
Where do you pick up these gems, man?
Man, in my personal development journey, I'll kind of give you a little bit about it. I graduated college, and I knew that I had to get on the stick. The stick meaning that I had to get my life going, and I knew that the one way for me to gain knowledge is to read books. Books are huge for me. But think about it. If you were to write a book right now, right, you will put all the game, like quote unquote game, all the knowledge, all the failures, successes, all the stuff that's worked for you in that book, right?
Right.
And then if I read that book, I would pretty much have all of your what not to do's and what to do's in that book. And if I digest that, take it in, boom, that just puts me so much further ahead than where I was at already. I like to read books of successful people. I mean, everybody likes successful people. I like to read business books, personal development books. I don't really see it as self-help, but I think we should all help ourselves. I mean, I can't depend on Obama to put money in my bank account.
It'd be nice, Obama, if you are listening. I'm not going to say that I don't want that money, Obama. But
I mean, the 42 acres and the mule, I mean,
right,
it would hurt our culture more if we got that than if we didn't. Because it would make us complacent, we'd be lazy, we wouldn't go out there and get it. But I know that I have to help myself, meaning that I talk to people who are smarter than me. I read books.
Are you trying to call me smart? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't. And one thing I learned is that you got to learn how to say no, because I was a guy who would always say yeah, like help me with this, okay, partner with me on doing this, and I'll say yeah, and I had to learn that my high leverage tasks are really for focusing on myself. Like you're good at you're good at photography, you're good at videography, you're good at the internet marketing, right? You're building websites. You shouldn't be helping out your uncle put together an engine.
Right.
Because that's not your high leverage task. You're doing a disservice to the world because you're not doing something that you're good at, that you've practiced at. You need to be building websites all day, every day, because that's what you're good at. That's the value that you add to the world. If you're building engines, man, I mean, you're wasting time. I mean, you're going to get better at it. You're going to help Unc out, but you need to be doing the high leverage tasks. And I learned that, man, I got to start telling people no. People always want to, and you probably get this a lot. People always want to partner up with you. They always want to team up. Oh, let's do this, let's do that.
Yeah.
Just because you're going somewhere. people know that you're on the rise, on the up and up. So they're like, man, let me hop on let me get on his back, because really that's what they're doing. They're getting on your back. They just want to ride you all the way to the gravy train. And you and I both know that we can't get to where we're going if we've got 10 monkeys on our back.
But see, now that's the odd thing, because I will say that I've definitely taken on projects and done things that I knew weren't gonna like actually like be a major benefit to me. But I feel like it's my job as like a community service or something, because there are so many people. And that's why I've been working on that slogan for so long, is that I really wanted to encompass my true passion about really wanting to help and affect change in so many people's lives. But at the same time, you can do a lot of damage to your own self as far as, financials, time that you lose, all kinds of stuff. And I've committed to projects, knowing that there was no money at the end of the runway. I'm just standing up there in this nice looking suit, and there's nobody at the end of the runway taking pictures. You know what I'm saying?
But that's still feeding. I mean, it's a law of reciprocity. If you plant an apple seed, you're gonna get apples. Plenty more apples than you planted. So definitely, we should give back. We should help out the younger generation. We should pump that positive energy into the world, into the community, because it's gonna come back later. I forgot who coined the term, but it says, "Be a blessing, but not for free." Meaning that
I don't know who coined it, but I love it.
Man, come on, man. I mean, you and I are both African American. We both go to church. We both got homies and partners and people in our circles who might not have the most money on planet Earth. So they try to finagle and wiggle away for them to get something for free.
Right.
And that, I mean, people don't understand that. Okay, so I'm in the T-shirt business, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I buy X amount of shirts, if they want 20 shirts, right? They want 20 shirts. It costs 200. Let's say it just costs $200, right?
Okay.
I gotta pay X amount of dollars to fulfill that order. When somebody at the church says, "Oh, why you can't just do it like for free, or like or can I get a bro price, or like what's up, man? Like I can't get the hookup." They don't know that they're actually setting me back. Like it really hurts the economy when you're taking money out of I still gotta pay rent. I got payroll. I got taxes. I got loans on machines. I got all this stuff to pay for,
right.
And you want something for free just because
you know me.
You
see me walking around.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Absolutely.
You think we're cool just because we say what's up every Sunday.
Right.
It doesn't. I mean, it hurts me more financially and emotionally, because I'm sweating over your stuff knowing that I'm not going to get paid my full price for it.
True.
And then they're happy, they go about their way, but I mean, I gotta hustle twice as hard. I gotta knock on 10 more doors just to recoup that cost that I lost.
But I will say that I do it sparingly now. Like when I first got involved with my business, it was, oh yeah, you family, man, all good, I got you. But I definitely know who's got love for me, And I always want to exude that to everyone else that I encounter, because there will come a time where I'll be down and I'll be like, man, I need one polo, man. Put my name on one polo.
I got you because I know that you're a giver, man.
Absolutely.
There's leeches and takers, man. People that want bro prices aren't really your bro. They're not really looking out for you. They're looking out for themselves.
That's deep.
But it's fun, man. I've learned so much in the videography, man. I used to shoot for we're in West Oakland right now. I used to be in Campbell Village shooting videos. So I don't know.
You know about the bro price.
I dealt with that type of crowd. So it's kind of like now I'm getting finagled by the corporate, the dudes in the $1,000 suits.
Man.
He pulled up in the Benz and he trying. I'm like, bro, I didn't heard this song before, bro.
I've seen the dance.
These some dudes with some Jordans and dreads, with tats all on their necks. Like I didn't heard this before. It's not happening.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Jay-Z and Rick Ross said it best. The devil is a lie.
Oh yeah.
All right. Stay tuned. It's The Edge with Alex GJS on KPR1.com. You're listening to The Edge with Alex GJS. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, or you just want to say what's up, hit me on Twitter at AlexGJS. All right, so that was Rick Ross, Jay-Z, The Devil is a Lie. A little segue from, dealing with all these people that definitely want to get over on you when they see that you're a good guy like we are here at the Positive Network Group. But I want to, again, shout out my people, TPNG. The Positive Network Group, they are the owners and operators of KPR1 and the sister station, which is completely gospel. So if you have an itching or inkling for some gospel, you can definitely go to the website, check them out, tpng.biz. And we are in the studio with my man Joe Black. He's a good guy. We've been talking about his business, the kind of projects that he's working on. And so before we get out of here, I definitely have to get a shout out. I just got a message in from Los Angeles.
Nice.
We are all the way from the Bay to LA. My cousin is down there. She's holding it down, checking us out this evening. So a major shout out to her. I actually did her website. So visit my girl MalikaBlessing.com. You can see her reel. She's got major chops. In fact, she has a play coming up. Let me see. I'm going to go to the website now. I'm going to give you all the details. Why not? And you can, of course, find her on Facebook under Malika Blessing. But aside from that, I definitely want to shout out my son and my lady. They are in the building. They spent the weekend at their mom's house in Carmel. So I've been without my family for a few days. So they're in the station right now with me. Major giggles going over there in the corner. But and so I just wanted to give a shout out, man. Do you have any shout outs before we get out of here?
Oh man, shout out to everybody that gives back, man. If you ain't giving, you ain't really trying to live. There's three things we're doing in life: you're either surviving, thriving, or dying, man. You gotta wake
I'm
up.
telling you, he's dropping his gems. I hope you guys are listening to this.
You gotta wake up every day and ask yourself: am I surviving? Am I dying? Or am I thriving?
Absolutely.
Let's get up, get this money. What that Rick Ross, man? Rick Ross. I can't really celebrate the whole drug culture, but one quotable that he did say, he said, "Being dead broke is the root of all evil."
Wow.
I mean, people usually say, money, which really is the love of money, but
right.
that's scriptural. But being broke.
That will cause you to do some ratchet stuff.
Ain't nothing pretty.
You know what I'm saying? You go at somebody's neck, you dead broke.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And as I said, I was definitely going to pull this up. You can go to MalikaBlessing.com, check out. She's got shows running from July 25th through the 27th, and it's called Life Stories, written and directed by Don B. Welch. So if you're in the LA area sometime in July, check my girl out. She's an amazing actress and a wonderful person. So thank you for listening, cuz I love you, and I'll touch base with you later on. So getting back to my man here, Joe. You got on these Google glasses.
Yeah.
What's the real hype behind those? Are they what I think they are?
You know what? They're not, man. They're not. Okay, so 2 months ago, I'm sitting in my office. I got some money, right? And I'm feeling myself. And I know it's a pretty steep price point on them, so I sign up for them. I tell them what I do. I tell them who I am. I sign up for them. Then a week later, they say, "You've been chosen for it."
Wow.
I'm like, man, they actually chose me, man. I'm from Pittsburgh, man. I got access to Google Glass now. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pay the $1,500. Dude paid it, and then they sent me this invite. You go out to this place in San Francisco. It's like this secret location. It's like you had to go through a doorman, to go through an elevator man, to go through another doorman, and it opens up into this loft, bro. It's dope, and they got like music playing. They got couches and and whatever you want in there, pretty much. Okay. And it's fun. And they gave me the glass, and the homie gave me a tutorial. And man, I mean, it was. I get a lot of looks and questions from them. Right, I mean, so I don't know. It's fun to me. I mean, I mainly use them for text messages, emails, phone calls, and stuff like that. I can record this. I can stream this live through the video. I can take pictures.
Wow. So
they're pretty versatile. But I know once the price point comes down, they add a little bit more functionality and features and apps. Yeah. Then it'd really be worth it. But right now, the $1,500, I wouldn't say go out and pay it. But if you got it, hey.
Alright, I definitely don't have it, so y'all won't be seeing me without any glasses. I'll just squint. Okay, that's how you know I need some, but I'll get my squint on. So I mean, we've had an awesome conversation. It's about 6:50 now. I promised people some jazz, so we will certainly get that on. That'll probably be our last track for the night. But just wanted to make sure I gave you time to let people know about anything you have up and coming, because again, you are always a mover and shaker, doing all kinds of stuff aside from your business. So, any projects, anything you want to let us know about?
Man, I in the light of you only have to win once. It's you don't want to be a jack of all trades, a master of none, but you should set yourself up in position to where you can hit multiple balls out of the park. So,
agreed.
What I have going on, I'm the owner of Instant Imprints in Concord, California. We do the signs and banners, promotional materials, branded apparel, and document services. So definitely hit me up about that. I can brand your company physically. I just created an app, and this is crazy for me because we all download these apps on our iPhones, and I never really thought I could create one, but I did. And the app is called 24-Hour Tees. So if you go online on your iPhone, go to the App Store, type in 24-Hour Tees, it allows you to take a picture that's on your iPhone, upload it to a virtual shirt. You can pick your sizes, your quantities of how many shirts you want, what size you want, and you can buy it and get it within 24 hours. So that means if your friend's drunk on the couch, or if you think you got a cute baby or a cute puppy, or a cute picture on your phone, and you want it in 24 hours, just upload it to the app. Pay the small fee, and then boom, you'll get a T-shirt on your door within 24 hours. That's called 24-Hour Tees.
That's incredible, and it seems almost impossible. How do you get them a shirt? Like, how do you get a shirt designed, printed, and shipped? And on my doorstep in 24 hours. That's insane.
Man, God is good, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I've had like pizza take longer than that. Like, that's incredible, man.
It's a new generation, man. I mean, I have the machines and the setup to where I can do a minimum of one. A lot of people can't. Usually I do a minimum of 24, 12, or 36, but I can do a minimum of one. So if you shoot over the T-shirt, the graphic right now, you'll get it within 24 hours.
Man, that's awesome. I've never heard of nothing like that. That's pretty cool. 'Cause, I mean, I grew up in the Bay Area, so for me, T-shirts, when I think about those, I'm thinking about Shirtique. You know what I'm saying? You go in there, you get your airbrush, and you do what you do.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's wonderful to see somebody that is helping take brands further, because that's part of what I do as far as design and marketing. It's helping to build people's brands. Yeah. And I've never had that outlet, with a one-on-one kind of relationship. I've always had to outsource that kind of material to someone that I don't know, whether they be in this state or that state. Yeah. So building with you is something that I'm definitely looking forward to going into the next part of the 2014 year. And you can certainly expect lots of business coming from me. In fact, another shout out to one of my favorite people on the planet, Miss Ruth Jordan. She's actually going to be attending a health and wellness event in Richmond, California in July. And she was asking me if I knew people that do shirts and things like that. And I told her about you being on the show. So hopefully she's listening tonight and has already checked out your website. But if not, I will certainly give you her contact info and vice versa, man, so you can continue to build that. Yeah. You kept saying the word brand, and I love that word, because we should all develop our own personal brand. Agreed.
We all work for companies, or we all do this and that with certain entities, but in the day and age now, we're not going to be with the company for 30, 40 years, get a ring and a coat for retirement. Right. We're going to work at a company, and then we're going to say, hey, man, I could probably do better elsewhere. So we really have to brand ourselves. Like, I have the store Instant Imprints, and it's growing. It's beautiful. But I know that the reason why it's growing is because of me and the team that I put around it. So if we're growing as people, as humans, then the store will grow itself. Companies, if people buy from people. The person that bought your website service, they probably really don't even like your product, but they like you. Yeah. And they know that you do good work.
There you go.
I mean, who really can make the best T-shirt on planet Earth? I mean,
it's endless. Right.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody can, right?
Anywhere,
you get a machine and boom, you're in the game. Mm-hmm. But the reason why we're thriving is because the team that I put around me, they like the people that they come in contact with when they come in my store. So it's like, hey, you guys are solid, you guys are legit, you guys smile, you guys tell jokes, you guys are fun, so I'm gonna buy from you guys. We all have to brand ourselves before we think about anything bigger than that.
Man, that is 100% true. And just a small piece of that is the love of customer service and engagement.
Don't sleep on it.
Because it's a big world out there on this internet. And with things like Yelp popping up, people will tell you what they really think. And I'm an advocate of that kind of behavior, because I use Yelp religiously, man. Yeah. And it all started because I had a bad experience with this guy. I won't say any names, but I was getting my windows tinted. Yeah. And he was just a jerk. Yeah. And so I said, you know what? Before I go to spend my money anywhere, man, I want to know that people respect the establishment I'm going to. Because I try to find, local businesses. I don't want to go to big franchises and just get my money. Small, I try to help the community out, so I go to small locations. But it was just a bad experience, man. So. We got about 4 minutes before we close the show. My man, you want to say something on the mic, Amari? He said, Dad, come here, man. You want to talk? No? You sure? Anyway, he's focused. But as promised, we're going to play some Freddie Hubbard. This track is called Fragile. You're listening to The Edge on KPR1. Stay tuned. Some of my fellas coming in here to talk sports in your ear at the 7 o'clock hour. I just wanted to give a special thank you again to all of our listeners. And again, if you have any questions, comments, or just want to say what's up, you can follow me at Twitter, AlexGJS. And you've been listening to The Edge with our guest, Joe Black.
Yeah,
say what's up to people, man.
Man, I just want to say thanks for listening in, man. We all have 24 hours in the day, man. Take 10 minutes, take half an hour, take 2 hours to get better, man. Read a book, talk to somebody better than you or something. If you're the smartest man in the room, you're in the wrong room.
And that's it. Find a new room. But stay tuned to The Edge. I promise you we're going to continue bringing you insightful conversation. And, of course, I'm your host, Alex GJS. And you've listened to The Edge on KPR1.com. Good.